Greetings, chat, and welcome back to the manor. I am your humble host, Rune, and I hope you're all having a lovely time zone wherever you may be. I may or may not be a little late than what I originally planned. I did specify a few hours. It has been a lot longer than a few hours. Ideally, it was supposed to be once I woke up. When I woke up this morning, I was not feeling it. Um, but I have since eaten and I've tried looking after myself. Still not the best, but it's better than nothing. Um, I also really wanted to do this stream today. Mainly for the reason that we're going to be starting off with in just a moment. But before we get on to that, I would like to remind everybody of the experiment we are currently doing. Yes, I spelled that right. Good. So, remind everyone, the experiment is simple. I am to reach a Twitch affiliate without the help of any of my content creative friends and mutuals. What I mean by this is I technically live, how I phrase it, as a double life. I am known elsewhere under another name and more after as an artist. And I know too many people over there. I'm privileged to know too many people. And I wanted to challenge myself to be able to hit affiliate. Because it took me 2 months over there, and where's the fun in that? I want to, have a proper challenge and, start from the ground up, like a lot of us do. Is it a very challenging thing? Yes, and that's the point. People do know me over there, but not by name, and they are aware to stay clear. So that's that. But what we're going to be doing first is I have played a game on this channel before called A Little to the Left, and we had 100% completed it aside from the daily achievements. I have been doing those in the background, and I am now on what would be the 100th day. And so I thought I would share that with you all ramblings before we get on to doing some Pokemon tier lists, because I thought it'd be quite interesting. As I don't really have too much energy for like focusing in on a game, so tier listing might be might be a lot more fun in that regard. So I am going to boot up the game and hope like hell this works. It is on the wrong screen and is not registered yet. There we go. Can we all hear that? A good question, can we? Yes, good. Good. So, I'm going to click on Daily Tidy for the final time. Now, as you see here, we have hit the whole thing here, and the current strength is 89. However, it's actually 99, because once we got the star, it gave us 10 points in that regard. So it's, I'm gonna just turn that down a little bit. So it's a little bit finicky, but see what I mean. 99 tidies, 1 to go, and this will be a quite easy one. That's nice to end that off on. So the purpose of this one is you have to make everything symmetrical on each side. So on this bit here, on this this lowest hanging one, this only has 1 and this has 3. So we have to pluck off the ones that match. Okay, it's technically 4. It's just really hard to see. So this one, so you always go by with the one that has the least of. So this one goes 1, 2, this one goes 1, 2, 3. So we pluck that. We pluck that one. Yes. We'll pluck that one. And there we go. I have received the achievement. You'll see it on the screen right now. 100. There we go. By hide. Congratulations! You completed 100 daily tidy puzzles and unlocked all the badges. You can now earn the new badges with continued daily tidy play and craft your favorite set. Ooh, that's interesting. Thank you for playing Little to the Left. A party of your day. That's cool. That's cute. But that was the last achievement. So, yippee! That's great. Look at the screen real quick again before exiting it out. So if I were to pull up my Steam real quickly, if I can find it. Where's my Steam? Excuse me, please open. Yeah, I'll take a screenshot of the game stuff real quick. Bank. Oh boy, where is it? A little to the left. Achievements. Alright, I need to send that somewhere so that I can save that real quick. Put on, like, well, we're just in between things. I'm blind. Where's my stuff? There we go. So, just to prove to everyone that we have now 100% completed the game, going to save this image right now. Okay, so let us make real quick. I need an image. Sure. Browse. What's my download at? There we go. There. I have completed the game now. P. Woohoo! Awesome. So that's great. And I'm so glad I was able to take you guys on that journey with me. Woohoo! Okay. Let me now quickly set up what we're actually doing today. Plop. Plop. Over here right now while I go set up everything. Do I have another thing for this? Let's plop this on now. And move over to bit of a bunk. And then boop. There we go. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be ranking Pokemon. And what I mean by this, it's mainly of like design and things like that. I understand that all Pokemon are designed to be a favorite of at least somebody. Which, you know, I'm not dissing on them. Everyone can like whatever they want when it comes to Pokemon. All of them, all 1025 and going, are all valid. I'm just ranking them on my personal opinions. And that's all they are, my personal opinions. Someone will at least somebody will definitely disagree with me of how I consider certain things, and that's fine. But again, my personal opinions is what we are going to be going off of for this. So we're starting off with Gen 1. We have S down to D, which is the default for this one. And we're gonna go from there. I originally was going to do another tier list, but I don't think I have the power to go through that one, so I'm going to save that for a later stream. Still Pokemon related, but I won't say which one it was. So we're starting with Gen 1. And this will be also including um some megas. And I do mean some because Dragonite's one's missing from here. It's all from like the pixel sprites. So I think I'm only going to focus this on just the base games, not the megas, just to make it fair in that regard. Because some of these are missing their megas. Because I'm pretty sure I don't think Dragonite was the only one that got a new mega from Gen 1. I swear there was at least another one. And I want to make it fair. So let's do it this way. So, Bulbasaur. Now, if you don't know me, I am a Bulbasaur person. That is my starter that I choose. Um, Charmander and Squirtle are cool in their own regard, but I typically pick grass starters. Status? I typically am a grass starter boy. So I consider him, starting off the gate with the dual type grass poison. It's decent. I like the fact he's a cute little Bulby frog. Frog slash dinosaur. He's silly. I like him. I grew up with the anime. Um, and collecting the cards in my childhood. I didn't actually get to play any of the games until I was literally an adult. So I watched him in the Indigo League with like Ash and things like that. I watched him be a part of May's team in the Hoenn anime. So he's pretty up there. I would put him on an A tier. Um Venusaur. No, Ivysaur. It's Ivysaur, then Venusaur. I get them mixed up, and I'm going to blame my dyslexia for that. Ivysaur, I think, is a good progression from Bulbasaur, considering that the leaves have spread out and the flower is starting to bud. That's cool. You can still recognize him as like the evolved form of Bulbasaur. It's a pretty good way to go in between the two. Thanks. Like a lot of middle starters, not all like the greatest, but these ones are decent. I'd give him a B. um, then we have male Venusaur, because females have the little bulb bit here. I literally actually have a female Venusaur in my Pokemon Sleep that she's the goat. She provides me so many ingredients and stuff that I need, and I love her for that. But this is just to demonstrate the things in general, so that doesn't go by sexual dimorphism on this list at all. Venusaur, pretty strong, pretty bulky. Um, I like it for again, I'm a Bulbasaur boy. So I think he's a decent design. I also like the fact that it becomes like a flower and stuff like that. That's just a fun little tree. So A tier. uh skipping the mega evolutions. I could tempted to just move the mega evolutions all the way down so then we don't have to deal with them. Ba-ba-da-ba. So let's do that real quick. Grab you, grab you, grab you. Blastoise, Beedrill, Pidgeot. Yeah, the Raichu ones don't exist in this thing. Alakazam. You think I'd remember since I literally did this the other day with the what's it called again? The Pokedex guessing because it had these in it. I think Kangaskhan's here. Mega Pinsir, Mega Gyarados, Mega Aerodactyl, Me2X, and Me2Y. There you go. So, let's move on. Charmander. Charmander. Simple little guy. Simple little guy. I'm gonna make this a little better for you guys. Just no, I can't. That's the best I can do. Okay. I don't want to ridiculously zoom in. And this is also just gonna get big. So, Charmander, he's just a simple little bipedal dragon with a little flame. Like this is like where everything starts. I think it's simple but effective. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm also not gonna organize them in like a high or low. I'm gonna keep them as close as I can to within Dex order. Charmeleon. This I like the color red. I wish they kept it when going towards Charizard. Um, but they didn't. They reverted back to the orange, which I found that quite sad. But the darker orange actually kind of like suits it and also kind of helps with the fire. Um, Starting to get his horns, which is really cool. I'd put him also in B. Charizard. Now, I know for a fact that he is a fan favorite with a lot of people. Ash had him at the start. Well, he had the Charizard and went rapidly evolved into Charizard and wouldn't fucking listen to him. Literally, the top 3 most popular Pokemon are Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo. Like, they're just staples. So I get that he's a cool flying dragon, but doesn't have the dragon type. So I feel like this design's cool. I like the pop of like the cyanide blue for his wings. That's cool. That helps like bring around like just a good vibe. I can't remember the actual like color theory words. A good complementary. One moment. I have too much. I cough. Again, I wish they continued the whole thing with the darker bit, is they did it. They didn't do it with Venusaur, but they kind of did something similar to it with these guys. But yeah, I see him as a good Pokemon. I'm not that big of a fan, but I still see like the design as a good Pokemon. I'm putting him in A. Squirtle. Silly. There's a lot of people thinking that, you know, Squirtle with like squirrel turtle. No, it's a squirting turtle. It squirts water and it's a turtle. That is how I see that. But I do like how the cool tail looks. I'm sad he loses it as in Blastoise, because that could have been something really cool. So basic boy, but in a good way. You know, it's a bipedal turtle tortoise, or like but it's a decent, but not the best. Again, this is Gen 1 B tier. Wartortle. I might have a little bit of a bias because he's got a bit of a purple sheen to him, but that's just me. Uh but I do like how it's trying to introduce different like aspects, and they could have worked among those with Blastoise and they didn't, and that also sucks. So I'll also put this one in B. A Blastoise on his own, pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a big water turtle, water tortoise with 2 fucking cannons out of his back. Now that's pretty sick. So I like that in that design, but it doesn't really reflect much when it comes to its pre-evolved forms, because it loses the tail. The feathery wings on, well, quote unquote wings, the feather ears become, you know, these little nubs. That's kind of boring. That's kind of boring in my opinion. So also will be on a B. Pretty cool, but like in comparison with the rest of the set, it's a little bit mid. Next one we have is Caterpie. You know, simple bug. It's pretty close to its real life counterpart, which the name slips my mind. A little bit for the antennae, little silly guy. I'm gonna give him a C. He's just a bug, just a bug. Metapod, the same thing. It's just a cocoon. And funny enough, it looks more like a chrysalis We're like a monarch butterfly, but we don't turn into a monarch butterfly. Um, do we even get a monarch butterfly out of all of our butterflies in Pokemon? I feel like the closest we get is Vivian. I think. But even then, it's a bit. Okay, if we don't have a monarch, please can we put a monarch butterfly into game, please, please and thank you. So yeah, those two are C. Butterfree. Butterfree is cute. Um, I also really like the theory that people think Venonat was going to evolve into Butterfree, and then these two were from Mothim. I like that theory. It doesn't really have, to my knowledge, much weight to it, and that's totally fine. I like Butterfree. It is very much, you know, just like a bug, but it's got like little a little bit more than that because it's got um how do I phrase this? Um instead of a bug having like 6 legs and stuff, it's just got the two feet and 2 little arms that are just vibing there. So it's a little bit more cartoony in that regard, less buggy. They could have, I don't remember what butterfly it's supposed to take inspiration from. My brain thinks of cabbage butterflies, but it's totally not the right thing. Um, I want to say I'm contemplating between B and C for this. I think I think B. Just, it would be like a very low B, but still a B. Uh, Weedle now taking Caterpie, making it a different bug, and then giving it spikes. That's a little better. I'll give that a B. Kakuna also like with Metapod, basically just a cocoon with eyes, with a funny people phrase it as like a funny like um necktie. Now Beedrill is kind of like your standard, like a really fun like way of putting a spin on a bee. Instead of having just one stinger, how about 3 one on each hand? Um, which I quite like that. So it brings more of a flair than just being, you know, just a typical bee or wasp or hornet. So I'd give that a B. G, plain, simple. That's just a um that's just a bird. That's just a bird. um so I'd give that, I don't know, I would say low B, but I'm gonna just give it a C. Because I'm gonna probably rank these two guys higher. So you got Pidgey. Believe me, I get my dyslexia and shit just keeps getting these guys mixed up a lot. Pidgey. Pidgeot? Or is it Pidgeotto, Pidgeot? I can never remember who's the middle stage of Pidgey. um, I like how it introduces more pink to the design. I like that. It starts to bring in the frills. Still basically a bigger Pidgey, but you know, with more of the headdress, which helps lead in really nicely with its evolved form. That's cool. Um, so I'll give both of these a B. Like it's like because it's also like just route starters, like your first route starter, like not first route starter, first route Pokemon. If this is your regional bird, um, a purple rat for Rattata. Could have added more to see. Redicate. That's just your basic big edge rat, also a C. I like the Alolan forms more. It gives them more character. If there had their Alolan forms here, this would also be great. Uh, Fearow and Spearow. So Fearow. Spearow holds, like, if you've been there from like the start, you get the big like Spearow like stuff from episode 1 of Pokemon anime, and then in Sun and Moon, you got the Spearow attacking Nebby on the bridge. They're just a hassle. Design wise, it's different. It's more different than just a bird. It's a bird with other styles. It's got you know, pink wings. It's got like this interesting like kind of looks like it's got like a scaled stomach, which I kind of like the look of. It kind of just makes it stand out more, so I'd give it a B. Just a B. Um, Firo. Could have added more on with the pink. That's a little bit of a letdown in that regard. But no, it's still a funky guy. It's still a funky guy. I'm also gonna put it in a B. Up at C. B C B C B C B C B C B C B C. I'm putting C. Ekans is literally just snake backwards, and that's kind of funny. Funky, funny little snake guy. It's just a purple snake. Pretty, because you don't really get purple snakes in the wild, so like I'll give them that. But it's just a silly snake. Just a silly rattlesnake. I'm giving it that C. Arbok on the other hand, that just gets to go up to B tier because, again, purple snake, cobra backwards, definitely represents the cobra in that regard. And I like, because I remember it being somewhere that like Arbok in different regions have a different pattern on their chest. Now that's a cool tag. That's a cool tag. I like that. One moment. Now, Pikachu. Specifically a female Pikachu. Interesting. You get me a female Pikachu and a male Raichu. Interesting. Interesting, I see that. Now, Pikachu made it be so like this is our mascot. This is your mascot. It has to be something that's pretty out there. So it's a basic mouse, right? But like it's given a lot of other different characteristics, like a different kinds of ears, a different kind of tail, like shaped in the iconic Thunderbolt shape. They've got the electric sacs on the cheek pouches. It's yellow, it's electric, it's a funky little guy. No, this one specifically is a funky little gal. I'm gonna give it. Because it's simple, it's cute. I like the stripes on the back. Literally, I used to have, well, I still do, I just don't know where it is anymore. A Pikachu plushie that was like a Gen 1 Pikachu. A really tiny Gen 1 Pikachu plush, and I miss it terribly. I don't know where it is. I also I used to have like one of Bulbasaur, one of Charmander. I had one of Squirtle. I don't know where those ones are. I had one of Meowth. I had one of Onyx. I think I still have the Onyx and Gengar ones somewhere. I also had a Raichu one, which I have no idea where the fuck that went. I'm pretty sure that one got thrown out, which makes me so sad. His Meowth also got thrown out with it. I lost like most of them. And I had Mew, I had Chansey and Oddish and like little Pokeball ones. So it was a time. It was a time. I'll give Pikachu an A. Because it's simple yet effective. Raichu adds on more to that, but I'm gonna give it more of a B. Because they could have done more with it. To some degree. I think it's a good, like, thing coming off of it, but like it's not like mascot status. So it's not on par with Pikachu in that regard, but still a pretty cool design. Okay. Sandshrew is adorable. I'm more of a fan of Sandslash, so that's a personal bias in my way in that regard. A little thing. Curls up in a ball. Ground type, can attack, can hide in the dirt. It's really cute. It's basically a little, a little armored shrew. Could that be? Sandslash is literally like that, mixed in with more of Porcupine. And he's also got these big fucking claws. I'm gonna give it an A. But that's just my bias. I like Sandslash. Now the Nidos. Okay. So Nidoran female and Nidoran male are cute, and you can tell them apart. Because Nidoran female usually is like sitting up more and just kind of a little docile and kind of be like, oh yeah, no, I see what you're doing. But Nidoran's just like, I am upset. um, well, head on, ready to charge you with the horn. And it's even more apparent in its Nidorino state. Um, I'm so glad they didn't make it like pink and blue, making the female being a more boyish, quote unquote, blue color, and then making the male line being more purple. I like that. I like that. It's not gender norm. It's good. um and how they've made Nido, the female line, like a lot more softer features, and the Nido King line, you know, sharper and such, is an interesting take. Um but the Nido, the babies, I like the male Nidoran more than I like the female. They're both good, but like I prefer the male one more, and that's not because of like my purple bias, because I like purple. Um, it's more of the shapes, more of the shapes. Um, Nidorina, pretty cool. I will support her down here. Nidorino is the same, because it adds on nicely, but like I like how more adorable this one is. This one's not as adorable. I will also put. I'm gonna put Nidoqueen down in C. Not because it's just a thing. It's because like, why'd you give her breast battle armor? That's a little sketch. That's a little sketch. But Nidoking's fine. Nidoking's fine. I'm gonna put him in B, but I think he's fine. He's cool. Well, fairy. Simple, basic, little moon, little creature. Simple, kind of has stuff going for him. Was, if I remember correctly, it was between Pikachu and Clefairy for what was going to be the initial mascot, but they went Pikachu. So you know, there's still some praise in that regard. It's a decent design. I'm gonna just put in C. I like what Clefable adds to it, so I'm putting that in B. Because it just spans out more. I don't know how to phrase it aside from it just spans out more. Now Vulpix is an adorable little kitsune baby, sweet baby. I loved Brock in the anime with his one, very cute. I personally prefer Alolan Vulpix more. She's a baby. I'm putting them in B. It's a good design. Ninetales is a little bit more uh better in terms of like, you know, being the evolved form of it. It's more mystique. It's well, the lore behind it's also really cool, but like in terms of design and stuff, I like it more. I just wish they did more with the fur on the head, because it's just spiky while the rest of it's more elegantly and slanted. They were to work on this more, which with they did that with Alolan Ninetales, but like if they worked on that more, then I would be like, beautiful S tier. Jigglypuff, super small, cute, sweet, until you piss it off. It's just a balloon. It's just a balloon idea. Wigglytuff works more with the design, but at the same time is not as friendly. I'm putting in C tier. Zubat is just your simple, basic little bitch bat that's blind and uses Echo location. I like him. He's cute. I'm putting him in B. Golbat, on the other hand, became more terrifying when you gave him eyes and made his mouth be so large. This is gonna be my first D one. Like, I get what they were going for. I just don't like it. Crobat's cool. Zubat I like. Golbat, no. Now, I'm gonna have a bias with Oddish, for reasons. And not because of the weed. The fact it's known as the weed Pokemon and looks like marijuana is really fucking funny. But I like the little body. I like the little grass. Again, I had personal favoritism with this one due to the fact that like I used to have a Pokeball of it. So it was a plushie that you could turn inside out and it'd become a Pokeball. Um, I still technically have it. I just don't know where it is. I've lost my Chansey one forever ago though, but I still had this one. And for that I'm putting it in an A. It's a little cute. Gloom, I see where they were going with it, especially when it comes to Vileplume. I can't remember which one this is. I can't remember the gender dimorphism with these ones. My brain got I see where Gloom was going with it. I'm not a big fan of it though, so I'm gonna just put that in C tier. Vileplume, though the plant it's based off smells disgusting, it's still a really cool. I love the pattern for both the male and female design, so I'm giving that a B. Okay. That's how I haven't put anything in S tier. I'm too scared to. Though I do know a couple of Pokemon I'm putting up there. Probably. Paris. It's a simple little guy starting to become possessed by mushrooms. I like how he's like pretty unique in that regard. I'm gonna put him in B. And then Parasect being like, you know, fully taken over and you can see it with the mushroom, I'm also putting that in B. Like that's smart. I like that. Venonat. Very cute, very fluffy. I'm putting it in C. Fucking Venom and Venomoth, D tier. D tier. I love everything about its design except for its eyes and its 3D model. I don't fucking like those eyes. So it's straight up going to, if I had an F tier, I'll be putting in an F tier solely for those eyes alone. It also means like I don't like Anorith, because it's got the same eyes. I'm like, I don't like that feature. I don't like that feature that no matter where you are, it looks like it's looking at you. No. Diglett. Being a little guy with a little nose in the ground. It's so silly. I'm putting it in B tier. I love the fact that it goes from a Diglett to Dugtrio. Like, hello, we have neighbors. Hello, just 3 Diglets together. That makes it like 3 times more powerful, quote unquote. Also B. Now Meowth is a silly guy. Silly guy. I love how it's, you know, it's referencing the, you know, those like lucky cats that you see in some stores that, you know, have the head that goes meow. I like this. It's a cool cat. This is just a normal house cat, but with like a gym. This one has a lot more going with it, so I'm putting it in B, and I'm putting Persian in C. I need to have a drink. Hold on. I'm yapping so hard that my throat hurts. I still haven't fully recovered though, so that's a time. Which, speaking of that, I have had gone to the doctor. They literally said, we're not sure exactly what's causing this conundrum, but we have a couple of theories. So we're going to give you a type of medication to trial on for 30 days and see if that helps, and if it doesn't, come back to us. And like monitor your situation as close as you can, change up some things and such like that. So your boy's still kind of fucked. So anyways, Psyduck. I like him. He's silly. He's a silly guy and going sigh. So I would put him in B. I'll put him in B. Golduck. God, I just wish they were psychic. Generally, it's like right fucking there. Why are they not psychic? So I would put Golduck. He's funny. He adds on to Psyduck, making the little tufts become, you know, these pointing crowns, giving him a gym with the psychic shit, which he doesn't fucking have, which he should. I'm also gonna put it in B. B. Okay, Mankey's silly. Mankey, little angry little ape. Well, monkey, because he's got a tail. Primeape doesn't have it, which is why he's called ape. And Mankey's after monkey. I think it's simple. It shows the anger. I like it. B. Primate adds onto it. I didn't really like Primate as a kid, but now I've grown to understand the design more, especially Annihilate. Annihilate is fucking cool. So it adds on. He removes the tail, got angry, and gained some shackles for it. I'm gonna put that in B. Cagrolus is a cute little puppy with stripes. B tier. Arcanine, on the other hand, even big, floofier puppy with stripes. A tier. I'm not even a dog person, and yet I put him up there. I just like the design that much. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath. I like the fact that, like, you know, it's kind of a reference to how you can see, like, the internals of a tadpole. God, I hate that. Yeah, like little tadpole. I think that's a really ingenious way of incorporating that. I'm gonna be so real. So I'm gonna put Poliwag specifically in A. I like Poliwag. Poliwhirl is cool. Kind of goes into the frog way, but not, which is quite an interesting way of seeing that regard. So I'm gonna put that in B. Poliwrath just, you know, in terms of, like, you know, coming down from that, it's just a slightly angrier frog that now knows how to do fighting. D. That's a D for me. Trying to think how far are we? We're like, we're at least a third of the way in, I think. Almost at half, I think. I don't know. Abra. Fucking just yeets away. As soon as he sees you, goes, ah, nope. Nobody knows what the fuck this line is. Like, there's a lot of, like, theories and stuff. Like, I watched, Loxton's video about, them not that far long ago, which is a pretty interesting, thing to go through. So I highly recommend that. So I like the design a lot. I like Abra and Alakazam more than I like Kadabra, so that's gonna influence things. I like you as a A, you as a C, and you as a B. Because I like how it adds on to the design. But where did his tail go? Where did tail go? he took it away and replaced it with his fucking mustache. I don't really like the Machoke line because of how, like, humanoid they are. I see the appeal. Not my thing. So I think Machop on his own be a B. Machoke is too human. I'm putting him in D. Despite the fact he's, you know, he's like a purplish blue. Machamp makes it a little more different, but still not the best. Because I like the fact that it's got like 4 hands now, so it's like, you know, step away from human. But still has, like, you know, because he's a champ, he's got the, you know, the WWE World Wrestling kind of like belt stuff still. So I'm gonna just put him in C. It's like, I like men, but not as Pokemon. I like men in Pokemon, but not Pokemon men, and if you get what I mean. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's quite cute. I like how it just goes, wow. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy. Little guy gets to go in B tier. Weeping Bell is just fucking silly to look at. But I'm putting him in C. And little Derp. The Derp has charm, which could bump it up to a B, but I feel comfortable putting him in C. Victory Bell is a good way of growing these guys up. Especially the plant that they're based on. I'm gonna put them also in B. Okay, Tentacool. Silly little guy. Silly little guy with two tentacles. He's pretty cool about it. I'll put him in C. It adds on, but just not too much. Tentacruel, on the other hand, it's got scary pincer. Got even more like cool like bulbousness. I'm putting him in. Though it's roughly the same, but the shape is cool. I'm putting him in B. Geodude is a silly rock with hands. He's gonna throw hands. He's gonna throw hands rocks because he's Geodude. The fact he's just a floating little rock with hands. B tier. Traveler is a weird take from Geodude. I see where it can go, but at the same time, what? It's even worse than the Golem, because Golem was like, what the fuck happened to you? Man's got polished and became fucking weird. So I feel like Traveler, I'm gonna put down in D, but Golem can go B? Not linked to Geodude at all. If they were their own separate Pokemon, pretty fucking cool. But the fact that they're related. Okay. With Ponyta and Rapidash, I grew up doing horse riding and such. So ponies and horses do have a special place in my heart. So I like Ponyta. Ponyta's cute. Ponyta goes in B. But what beats it is Rapidash and A. Cause that's a fucking cool ass unicorn with fucking fire mane, and it won't fucking burn you if it trusts you. That's cool. It's like if I were to actually put these in like ranking, high A. A high A. Slowpoke. He's a silly little guy. I think he's a cute, silly little guy. He's pretty simplistic. I'll put him in C. Slow. Bro, though, is literally where Sheldon literally just bit him on the butt and went, I'm staying. You're now evolved. Which in that regard is also a C. Okay, Magnemite. Being, you know, like this cool, like Magnemite, like magnet kind of guy. I like this design on its own. It's cute. It gives off, you know, silly vibes. I'm putting that. I want to go A or B. I'm gonna go B. I'm being very picky. But still, all of these are pretty good. But the fact that Magnemite, it's kind of like the Diglett thing, where it is kind of cool, but I'm like, you could have done so much more with the Magnemite. I get that the magnets are joining up together, but let's see. Magnet Zone's fucking baller though. Farfetch'd, Hatsune Miku, leak meme here. Let's see. Doduo. Silly bird with 2 hits. Pretty unique bee. I like them, the silly guys. That's a female one. They're both female. That's cool. Dodrio helps grow on that by growing an extra head and giving them more like a design, which I quite like, so that's also going in B. Now Seal and Dugong. Seal's just Seal with a tiny little horn. Basically is like a land version of fuck, what's the dog? A bulldog. Has a little bit of a special place in my heart. Because I had a friend's dog. Basically, I had a seal named after my friend's dog because he was that breed. But on its own, it's a C. Damn, I'm coughing all over the place. Dugong adds a little more. Like, it's still a seal. It's still a seal. So, like, in theory, it should just go here because it's just a seal. But I like how it's kind of got that little flurry bit there, so I would technically put that in B. I just like Dugong. That's me. That's just how I see it. Though I do agree that a lot of people probably, with how I've been going around this, would probably put it in C. I like it, so it's gonna get B. It's my tier list. I decide what the rules are. Now, Grimer and Muck, I'm not a big fan on. There are a lot of forms though. I have so much bias towards this. um, so I like the idea of trying to bring like a sentient like ball of sludge into Pokemon. That's a cool idea. Um, so that I gotta kind of give it a B. Try to say which one deserves a B. This one's a B. This one's a C because this it's backwards. It's come. It's going down a bit more for me. Shelter is adorable little clam that sticks its tongue out. It's silly. I like it. Um, it's funky. Um, but it is just a clam. Cloister has some interesting stuff on the internet. With how it's shaped. Aside from that, I like how it's like more pointy and crusty with like its a very hard outer shell. I can see how it's evolved from Shelter. I like it. It's a B. Now, I know Gengar is a big favorite of a lot of people. I also once thought he was cool. But to me now he's associated with something pretty fucking bad. So if I put him low on that list because of that, you can't blame me for it, but I understand if you disagree. Again, I understand he's very loved. Okay? But this is my tier list. So, you're allowed to disagree with it. Do know I've had a very, very bad experience with something that was associated with this line. So, forgive me for having trauma. Ghastly. Silly ball of gas. I like his shiny more. I'm gonna be so real. I actually have a shiny Ghastly. In Pogo, and I quite like him. But Ghastly in general, I think ball of gas goes to the C. Ball of gas with hands. The boy got hands. Um, I feel like is more unique enough so that can go and B. Gengar is just a guy who's gonna haunt you in the shadows. I'm putting him in B. Alright. Onyx. Is one of our is our technically our second line of snakes. Because you have the Ekans and Arbok, and then you have Onyx. I like how he's just beak boulder with a horn to ram you with, despite the fact he's already got like so much fucking mass. The Crystal Onyx from the anime was fucking cool too. I'ma put him in B. I like him. I like him. Hypno. I see what he's based on. Not a big fan of it. The designs are just creepy. The designs are just creepy. So I picked up Drowsy. What do you mean? So I'm just putting them down and see. Krabby is just a crab, but he is cool and he's red. Still a C. Kingler is a B. It adds on a little more with like the sharp bits and the bigger claw. I like that. Now Voltorb and Electrode are pretty cool. I think that they're a bit too simplistic, but since they're kind of with the theming of the Pokeball, pretty fitting. So he gets to be there, and you get to be there. Don't question me. Execute. um, just a several bunch of bits. I'm so worried for this one. What happened to you, sir? What happened? Do you need help? But they are basically just sentient eggs, so I'm gonna just put them in C. Executor. They're eggs, but they're actually seeds, you know what I mean? It's technically the same thing, just for different animal kingdoms. One of them isn't an animal kingdom because it's a seed. I like Executor. He's silly. I like his Alolan form more. I'm putting him in B. It's unique. Cupid, my poor boy has lost his mom. Somebody save him. Oh. I think the idea of, the morbid fucking idea of, like, you wearing your, mother's skull because she died. That's fucking metal. That's fucking metal, and therefore it goes in A tier. But Marowak, you can see where it comes from. So that's a B. So I feel like it's more linked with Kangaskhan. Like, I like that theory. Obviously didn't go much away. Hitmonlee. Hitmonchan. Lee Chan. Yes. I don't remember sometimes. I get them mixed up. Hitmonlee don't have much going for them. Aside from the legs, which is kind of the whole thing, because it's based on Bruce Lee with the legs. It's not a big fan. Not a big fan. You go D. Hitmonchan is a little bit better in terms of how, like, the design is, but it's also pretty humanoid. So I'm putting him in C. I like him more than Hitmonlee. That's me. Lickitung. I get where they were going for, but the fucker freaks me out. So D tier. His whole thing wasn't like licking everything. He would be like at least a C. Almost there. Can I get the whole thing in screen? Just. If I don't put anything in S, well then that's gonna be an interesting thing. Coughing. Pollutive gas. And you cough a lot because of it. I'll put that in C. And wheezing adds onto it in a fun way, but I'm also putting it in C. Is Rhyhorn and Rhydon, or is it Rhydon and Rhyhorn? I'm pretty sure there's Rhyhorn and that's Rhydon. I don't know. I keep mixing them up. I've been doing it since I was a very young child. I am only a little bit younger than the whole series, man. I like you more than you. You are a cool, like, monster, which works with pocket monsters. Therefore, I'm putting you in a C. You are a cool, scary rhino. B. Chansey. Happy little Joy, trying to help out around and make people, like, chill. Kind of looks like an axolotl and being like a helping little egg. That's a B. Tangela. Kind of like tangling vines and stuff like that. I like the fact it's just, a lot of vines, and this is just someone, it's just the eyes being like, hello, blink a blink. That's a B. Kangaskhan. Nothing like a kangaroo, but it is a marsupial and looks after its baby. Its design also is very, like, with this one, does what's needed, but, like, I wish we had a pre-evolved form. I wish. Horsey is cute. It's adorable. It's a B. So it is you, but it's just a horsey. It should be a C, but it's got more of a cuteness factor to it. Okay, fuck off. My rules. And I like how Cedra comes from it. This is cool. This is cool. Goldeen and Seeking. Goldeen being like, this pretty fair koi fish with a bit of a rancorous attitude with a horn. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like her design more than Seeking's. Seeking's just a C. Staryu and Starmie. I've liked Misty's Pokemon for a while, so, like, this one also has a bit of a, we're going to pick you. I'm gonna just do that so you can see it. Still somewhat see him. Staryu can go and see. Methinks. B. Actually, no. Starmie goes in A. Oh, back. Mr. Mime is a straight up fucking D. If I had anything lower, I'd be putting him lower. I can see why people like him. I don't. I like Mime Jr. I like Mr. Rhyme. And I like Galarian Mr. Mime because of how they made him a tap dance, but the thing might no. No. Oh, what do you think? Scyther. Scyther's design of being like, a mantis with like who's going to fucking cut you up. That's cool. I'm giving that A. Jinx before was a bit bad. But I understand she's based on a Harajuku. And opera. I get that. So it's an okay design. But it's quite humanoid. I'm putting her there. I like Smoochum. Smoochum's very cute, but not not Jinx. Electabuzz. I think he's funky. Zappy, Zizzy. I'm putting him up here. If people make fun of Magma for his fucking ball or boob brows, that's on you. I quite like his design. Fuck you. Pinsir's interesting, but it's very much, a funky bug. A funky bug, so I'm putting him in B. Taurus is just a bull with 3 whips of a tail. That's pretty C. Magikarp. I want to say he's B. A lot of people would just be like, but he's, just a carp and he moves around. Yes, but like, have you seen how cool the red is? And what he evolves into? I think he's silly on his own. Probably tastes great. Gyarados is a pretty fire fucking design, especially the whole thing about like if a carp jumps over a Torrigate and turns into a dragon. I like that. That's an A. That's an A for me. Lapras is basically Nessie, and it's pretty sweet. I'm putting her in A for bias reasons. Ditto can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's just a glob normally. I think that's funny. So he goes in A. Eevee. Eevee's so fucking cute. Look at him. That is a him. That is a baby. I love him. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person, but the evolutions tend to go more like in between. In ways that I like. Some lean more fox-ish, like, but not fully, like Eevee here. Like that's a very reminiscent of like a fox, but not. It's like a mixture of like a Maine Coon and a fox. I like it. It's cute. No notes. I would say because of where it comes from, that goes S. Vaporeon is really pretty. It's very. I love how they incorporated the water and such in that regard. So that is an A. Jolteon is also an A because of the spikes with, standing up like, it's been statically electrocuted. And Flareon with the fire to look like, a blaze. Like the less of the 3, but like still pretty up there. Porygon's pretty interesting in terms of like the fact it's, code. It's a man-made Pokemon made out of polygons. That's why it's called Porygon. So that's a decent A. I think it's A. Omanyte and Omnistar. That's a good question. Omanyte. I think he's a little guy. So I'm putting him in B. And Lord Helix is a good way to, like, emphasize off of him. I'm gonna keep him at A. Kabuto? Very cute, very small. You can go here. Kabutops is a very vastly different creature. But I like the design. So he can also go in B. Actually, I think he might go in A. I think his design's pretty cool. I don't personally use them, but it's pretty fucking cool. Aerodactyl, big scary dino in the air could also probably go in A. Not because of like bias reasons, because purple, but like also he was made from amber. That's the closest of genetics, because you just get the fossil shapes. You get his actual DNA. Snorlax, big thing in road, big cat in road. You cannot move. Silly, eats a lot. Very very tump. Pat. Okay, legendary birds. So back when I was younger, my favorite type was electric, and so Zapdos was my favorite legendary bird. But as I've gotten older, I've had more type changes to what I liked because Dark type didn't exist in Gen 1. But I like all of them. Um I feel like Articuno though is like my favorite out of the trio at this moment, mainly because of just in terms of the aesthetics and design. So I like this. It goes S. It can be an S. Um Zapdos and Moltres though are pretty high A's. I feel like they could have done more with Moltres' design though. Because it's just bird on fire. But I think it's still pretty like it gives across their typings pretty well. Rotini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. Okay, I'm going to go backwards with these guys because they're all going to go in different tiers. Dragonite is a fun, loving little dragon. I like him. He's fun. He's rotund. He's big because he doesn't compare to his other two. He doesn't compare to his pre-evolved forms. I love Dragonair the most out of the trio, and I love how its design is in that regard. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Why couldn't it been more like that, Dragonite? Why must you put me down like that? I need to sneeze. Hold on. And Dragonite did not like me, and therefore made me sneeze. No, I would put Dragonair in S tier. And Dratini, I have a very personal connection with Dratini, so Dratini gets to be put in A tier. Mewtwo. Fucking weird ass looking guy. I'm putting him in B. Like, it's a cool design. I get that. It's just not my vibe. And also, Mew, like with Dratini, has like, personal bias and things like that. However, Mew's more up there. So, that is my tier list for Gen 1 specifically. Again, more on based on just designs and my preference. My opinions, guys. It's just my opinion. I probably could change some stuff around, but I'm pretty happy with it at this moment. Um, so there's that. There's that. Um, Juliana, hello, welcome in, hello. I've just finished up with the Gen 1 tier list. Again, this is just my design, like my opinions based on like design of them, my personal experience with them in games and things like that. How's it going? Pretty good. It's just pretty chill tonight, though my throat's a little bit scratchy. But aside from that, I'm pretty good. How about you? How are you on this fine time zone? Okay. Yeah. Got Eevee, Articuno, Dragonair, and Mew up in S. We've got Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Charizard, Pikachu, Sandslash, Nidorine, Mail, Ninetales, Jigglypuff, Oddish, Arcanine, Poliwag, Abra, Rabbitash. I feel like Rabbitash up in S. I'm gonna be so real. That's just my bias from being a horse boy. Cubone, Starmie, Scyther, Gyarados, Lapras, Ditto, Vaporeon, well, just the evolutions, Porygon, Ammonite, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Zapdos, Moltres, and Dratini are an A. The B and C are too big for me to read out after doing that. I'll drink some water, I guess. I have been drinking, don't worry, don't worry. I do have quite a bit of water here with me. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Shall we move on to Gen 2? Because I have the first 3 gens sit up at the moment. Because I feel like that's probably all I'm gonna be able to get through today. It's a lot more tinier. Can I make it bigger? Bonk. There we go. So the same thing what we did with the last one, so I'm gonna remove all the mega evolutions to make it more fair, since these have not been updated to include the new ones. Now, can your boy grab them all? Steelix. How long have you been playing this game? Okay. As this is just like, you know, a tier game, not that long. For in terms of Pokemon, I have been a fan of it since I was very young, but I never got to play any of the games until I was an adult. And so I basically, in my childhood, I grew up with the anime and collecting the cards for fun. I didn't play the game, but I didn't play the card game, but I collected the cards because they were pretty. Celix, Scizor, Heracross, Houndoom, Little, oh, Tita. There you go. Your PNG tuber is so cool. Thank you. I made him myself. I am a vampire PNG tuber because vampires are cool. Oh, you watch anime? Yes, but it's been like a whole while since I actually picked up a series. Which is fine. I've been a bit busy with other things to be able to like watch a lot of other stuff. But I watched it a lot of my as a teenager. Okay, so we have the same thing of S, A, B, C, D. Again, off my yes, I did make it. So again, best of my designs and my personal experiences with playing these guys in game. So starting off with Chikorita. I have played ZA in Legend ZA in a playthrough of mine, just a personal playthrough. I picked Chikorita. So I quite like all the Gen 2 starters in general. I think in my Soul Silver I'm using Totodile, I think. So Chikorita, I think, you know, being a little bean in terms of design, you know, simplistic, a bit too simplistic. So it wouldn't be too high. So I'm gonna put them A, C. I'm gonna take a quick drink. Chat, I encourage you to be to stay hydrated. Your boy's not used to yapping anymore. God, I take a month of a break. What is this? Okay, Bayleaf, based on a bay leaf, adds a lot more onto Chikorita. Has some stylistic design in the leaf head, which is pretty cool. So I'd put that one on B. And I would put Meganium also on B, because they still could have done a lot more with the evolution line. Okay. Now Cyndaquil. So Cyndaquil is, you know, a cute little, I can't remember what he is. I want to say he looks like a mole, but I know he's based on some other things that's not fully running to my head, like a shrew maybe. Been a minute. It's been a minute since I looked up the origins of the Pokemon. You know, being a little guy with fire coming out of his back, you know, that's pretty simple. I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna say A, B, A, B, A, B, A. Quilava, I would put in B. Like, I like how it goes like on two ends, but then it stops being two ends when it becomes Typhlosion, which that's kind of annoying. But I like his chic design. It's cool. So Typhlosion also goes here as well. I like Hisui and Typhlosion more. But that's just me. Totodile. Is, you know, a silly, goofy, crocodile. I like him. He's silly. He's goofy. I'm gonna put his, like, silly little design up here in A. Croconor is, you know, middle evolutions are never the greatest. Some of them are. but most times they're not. I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm put him in C. Um, for relegated, there's a lot more with the design though, which I like. Um, so I feel like he can also go in B. Just put all the starters in B. God, the fandom's going to hate me. um, Sentret and Furret. I like Furret more than Sentret. Sentret's a cute little gliding guy. I get that. So but he's just a guy. He's just a guy. Furret on the other hand, big, fluffy, long. He has that whole meme of him walking non-stop. So I like that about him. He's B. Hoot Hoot and Knock Now. I like how Hoot Hoot, everyone keeps thinking he only has one leg, but in reality he's only using one. The other one's just tucked up and he just swaps them out. You can see him quite a few times with both footsies out, guys. They do exist, I promise. So in this regard, I like Knockdown more than Hoot Hoot. So Hoot Hoot, I'm gonna put B, and Knockdown, I'm gonna put A. Okay, Lidybug and Lydian, they're just silly little ladybugs. They're just silly little ladybugs. I don't really care too much for them. They both can go and see. Now, Spinnerack and Ariados. Ooh, words. Spinnerack is a cute little spider. I love his little face on his abdomen. Silly guy. I'm a little bit arachnophobic. But like, I like things if they're cute. I can handle Daddy Longlegs, which in where I'm from, Daddy Longlegs are actually spiders, and a lot of other places they're not. But here they are. They're ones I can handle. They're annoying, but I can handle them. Any other spider that isn't like a jumping spider or Daddy Longlegs, I'm like, nah, no, go away. But like, Spinner I don't mind any of the Pokemon, any of the spider Pokemon in Pokemon because they're cute and they don't exist. They're not real. They're not real. They can't hurt me. So I like Spinarak. Spinarak is a cute little spider. I also really like Ariados's design because the back legs up here looks like excuse me, look like, you know, when a spider is in a defense mode, it will put its arms, a couple of its arms up and wave them around. It's like it's constantly on alert, which I really like. Voice. I might have to finish after this one. Because the voice isn't going even with water, which is fine. Now Crobat. What did I give the other ones? I put Zubat in B. Dude, I'm putting Crobat in A. I like what he's become. He looks more fun. He's got 2 sets of wings. He's purple. Dude. He's not my favorite bat, but he's fucking up there. Chincho, I love the look in the eyes. He's so silly, just a silly little angler. So I'll put him in B. Lantern, just a anglerfish, but not as scary. Pichu! Okay, if you were going to give a pre-evolved form to the mascot, that's fucking adorable. I love it very much. I'd prefer this to be our mascot than Pikachu. That, again, is just my opinion. I also really like how they've made, like, some of the baby Pokemon be. Because they very much did take the form of what, you know, their evolved form is, and then just babyfy it. That's cute. So I like Cliff as one. Igglybuff is the one I like the least out of just at least the first ones here, but like they're still pretty cute. I'll give them a B. Togepi, dude, I grew up with the fucking anime. S tier. Togekiss is an interesting way to take it. I think no, this is Togetic. Togekiss is the Gen 4 one. I prefer Togekiss more than Togetic, so Togetic is going to be a B. Natu, tiny little psychic bird. A tiny little psychic bird. He's just so cute and they just want to shake him around. Okay. Zatu's cool as fuck though, so both of them get to be an A. Mareep, you made me the most cutest little fucking ball of yarn. Dude. S tier. I don't wanna hear shit S tier. It's like, but Rune, it's just a sheep. No, it's not. It's adorable. Flaffy, I'd give an A. Ambroth's, like, I see where they were going with it, but dude, why is it Sean? At least let it have some of its wool back. I love its evolve. I love its Mega Evolve form. This shit's cool. But this is not. Doesn't have the wool, unfortunately. Bellossom being a split evolution of Vileplume. I think it's cute. I think it's neat. It can go there. Meryl? I have a bias for Azumarill. I keep getting the names. I get Azrael and Azumarill mixed up. I'm pretty sure Azrael is the pre-evolved form. Then goes Meryl, and then it's Azumarill. I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, then it's the other way around. But I'm pretty sure that's okay. So Meryl is like weirdly the water Pikachu. If you're putting them next to each other, which I find that funny. I'm gonna put you B. Like, it's cute and I like it, but I like you more. I like Azumarill more. Sudowoodo, I like the idea that they were trying to make a fake tree. Which I think that's a really fucking unique way of doing it. So the design's not too bad. Probably could do some more work, but I'm putting an A. It's pretty solid. Politoed. You actually made the frog line look like a frog. A tier. Hoppip, Skiploon, and Jumpluff are really cute. So much of this is just cute Pokemon, I swear. Hoppip, I like. I'm trying to figure out where I put them. I like Hoppip the most out of the trio. I'll put that in A. It's just a little guy that floats around, a little twirl. Skiploon and Jumpluff are B tier. Like, they also fit exactly. I just personally prefer Hoppip more. Apong, a cute little monkey with a hand for a tail. You know, to show like they've got prehensile tails and stuff. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I'll put that in B. I do not like Ambipom though. Sunkern is just a little seed. It's just a little seed. It's cute, but it's just a little seed. Then with Sunflora, it's a pretty sunflower, but it's just a sunflower. Okay. Yanma? Rune, you were just calling these things just an X, just a Y. Yanma is just a dragonfly. Yes, however, I have bias. Yanma was my first ever shiny Pokemon. Therefore, I have bias. Also, I prefer Yanmega more, but Yanma's still pretty up there. I'm putting him in B. I'm only raising him just a little bit. Woopa, A tier. Quagsire is an interesting evolved form for Woopa. I'm gonna be real. I like what they were going for, but I feel like it's a bit too simplistic, so I'm gonna put it in B. One moment. I'm halfway through the gin and my throat's giving out. Hold on to one moment. I just gotta get through this. I just gotta get through this and I'm good. It'll just be another short stream, but it's okay. Now we get to the evolutions. Okay, so it's our psychic and our dark type. Again, I have bias towards cats. And I have a bias for dark type. Literally, if I were to have a team of Pokemon, it would most likely consist of dark types, psychic types, and ghost types. Um, so these two, I'm putting an S. I'm putting an S because with Espeon, it's a cute little psychic cat. Also with its split tail, that's very fitting for like cat yokai. Um, it's kind of like the kitsune how it splits its tail. Um, but Murkrow is S tier mainly because of bias. I love him and I love Honchkrow. So that's why they're there. Slowking, God, imagine if the shelter ate you on the head instead and made you smarter? Made you smarter? I also like his little frill. He can go in B tier. Misdreavus. Misdreavus is it's not my favorite ghost type, but it's certainly very cute and mysterious. I like it. A tier. The unknown and their lore. The fact I'm so glad not all the alphabet are here. I would cry. um, I like them. I like what their whole like lore is about. I like how they're shaped. So I'm putting them in A. Okay, Wobbuffet's fucking iconic. And also the fact that this thing down here, the tail, is the actual Pokemon. This is all just a front to protect itself. I think that in itself is pretty neat. I'm putting it in B tier. Girafarig, which I'm so glad finally got an evolution for Rigoraph. Girafarig is a cute little giraffe with a very psychic tail that can think on its own. I think that's neat. I'm putting it in A. Pinecone is very much just a pinecone. So C, I like how Fortress takes it though, so that's a B. Dunsparce. Dunsparce. Now, where would I put Dunsparce? The Dunsparce is an interesting evolution of it. I'm gonna say that. I would put this little guy in B. It's very much actually no, I'm putting it. Yeah, I'll put it in A because it actually very much fits what it's based off. Which I really like that. Glega, I'm also gonna have a bias with because it was my second ever shiny I caught. So I'm putting him in A. Because it's a flying scorpion. Dude, that's fucking terrifying but fucking interesting at the same time. Steelix, I kind of lost the cool snaky vibes from him, so we're gonna go down a bit. But from what he evolved from as Onyx is pretty cool. So still in B. Schnabel. Schnabel's just a little fairy dog. um, I never was that big of a fan of his design, so I'm putting him in C, but Granbull's cool. I'm putting him in B. Quillfish being I prefer Hisuian Quillfish over Quillfish. Jotonian Quillfish. Oh god. I prefer Hisuian Quillfish over Jotonian Quillfish. And it's not just because it's purple. I just think how they stacked the color difference and like the design itself was a lot better. So I'm putting it was just a spiky boy to see. Scizor is such an interesting way to take on Scyther, and the fact it's just covered in metal, that's cool. That can go in A. I like that. Shuckle, the fact he's got so many berries. If I just shake him up, I'm making him become a smoothie right now. Hold on. The berries inside are becoming a smoothie. I think it's funny. I'm putting him in B. One moment. Oh, can I speedrun? Can I speedrun before my voice gives out? I've got like 30 Pokemon left, roughly. Under 30. Heracross. Just a typical Stagbeetle. I haven't put anyone in D tier yet. That's surprising. Huh, okay. Sneasel. I like what they were going for with this. I could prefer Weavile. Or Sneasler better than Sneasel. But I like what they were going for with like the whole weasel kind of thing. Very fitting with it being a dark type. Teddiursa is so cute. Teddiursa is so cute, and I have such a bias for it because of motherfucking Pokemon 3, Secret of the Unknown. My baby boy. My baby fucking boy. Anyways. A swing is a very interesting way of how it evolves, but it doesn't have, it's not held as high. So B tier. Pretty, that is, oh, it's just a bear. I have to put him here. A bear with, it's just a quote unquote sun bear, but it's more of a moon. It's based on the moons. Slugmare is just a fire slug. He's okay. He's alright. He goes in C. Macago, B. He's a fire snail and actually looks better aesthetically. Actually, I'll put Slugmare in D tier. I'm not that big of a fan of his design. I prefer his evolved form. Also, fun fact, because the first game I played was Emerald. I thought Slugmare and Macago were Gen 3. along with Skarmory. And a couple of others. Swinub is a baby boy, could do no harm. He's just a tiny little thing, he couldn't be. And Pilot Swine is also the same. Like, I see where they're coming from with their designs. I like them. B. Ursula, A tier. But Rune, it's just a fucking coral. I should just shush. I hear you, but it's adorable. Fucking, oh god, I've been married. It's an interesting fish. And Octillery is an interesting octopus. Not big fans. No, fuck you, I'm putting them in D. I'm not big fans. Delibird's cute. I like Delibird and how, you know, he's just like trying to give gifts to people. You get the Santa vibes from him, but you know, he's obviously not Santa, but like, obviously not quote unquote. Mantine, I like him. He's cute. I love him. He can go and be. Skarmory is a fucking fire idea for a steel bird. Hey. God, the tickle in my throat will not go away. This sucks. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. If I can finish this one, it's fine. Houndour and Houndoom. I prefer Hound. Okay, I like both of them. Dude, why the fuck does Houndoom not have fucking ears? Why? You could have given him ears and he would have looked cool as shit. Separated from a dog? Fuck you. I'm putting them. I'm gonna put Houndour in A and Houndoom in B. Mega Houndoom's fucking fire. Kingdra and I'm just gonna say Molly. Same reason as this guy. Don't fan the fucking fire. I love that design. I love that design. Porygon 2, you know, he's gotten more polygons, therefore he's now round. I'm giving, but in that case, I'm putting him in B. Statler is a C. He's just a deer. He's just a deer. Smeagol, I like the idea of, like, you know, being a silly little artist. That's cool. I'm putting him in B. Tyrogue is just a kid. It's just a human kid. Like, I don't like the Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. I'm not a big fan of Tyrogue. Hitmontop, though. Hitmontop's cool. He's the only one I like from the Hitmon line. Smoochum is a cute little bean. Elekid is a cute little bean. Kind of like him more though. Same with Magpie. They are babies. Literally. Miltank is just a cow. It's just a cow. Like, it's an interesting design for a cow, and I like that for it. This is not my thing though. Blissey, I'm gonna put it in B. It adds on to Chansey in a really nice way. Like, it kind of gives off the vibes, you know, of like really like old nurse outfits back in the day. Also, just like little like kind of little preppy little princess kind of vibes as well. It's just, I like it. Now, on the legendaries. So, the same thing as the birds. The legendary beasts. I was a massive fan of Raikou. Um, when I was younger, because the electric type was my favorite type back then. Um, Nowadays, it's Suicune for a lot of reasons. Um, it's got a sticker design. I'm not a big fan of water, but like it's a really pretty water. It makes water clean, beautiful. Has a whole ass man chasing after it. It's funny. I like it when he's silly. Um, Again, I just like its design. Entei does also hold a special place in my heart because it's Pokemon 3. Um, so all of them get to be put in. Yes, and you can't fucking tell me otherwise. Can't fucking tell me otherwise. I just like them. End of discussion. Larvitar, I think, is a really cool design for what he is. Pupitar is a better, I'm speedrunning these, is a better, like, design for, like, a pupa, compared to, like, what we saw in, like, Gen 1. Putar is a decent fucking, based on, Godzilla and that other one that's escaping my mind. I gotta do 3 more! I just need to do 3 more! I can make it through! Lugia. Okay. So you know how I've been like praising the fuck out of like Pokemon 3, Secret of the Unknown? Right, right, right. That's not my favorite. It's not my favorite movie. It's not my favorite Pokemon movie. My favorite Pokemon movie is Pokemon 2000. Spare not the harmony between fire, ice, and lightning. My king of the sea. My king of the sea. My boy. I love him. Oh, it was a fucking cool Firebird. I'm gonna be real. Does a bit better job than Moltres in some degree. If you see him, you get the total happiness. So, God, I hate yawning. I like his design. He gets to go at A. It doesn't fit the gold aesthetic as much as the silver boy does, but I see where they were going with it. Okay, and the final one is a Celebi. Our little onion fairy. Dude, he should have been a fucking fairy type. Why did they make him stay psychic? I want to put him an A. Because, like, with Mew, he's kind of like, it's a little guy. It's literally an onion fairy. As the fucking, um, god of time? But not time? Fuck, what it was, Celebrated. He can go back and forth in time. Back in Johto. Um, Guardian of the Forest, I think. I spent so well. I need to brush up on my lore. um, but yes, let me just adjust myself real quick. Can I get everything in? I might. I might be able to get everything in one bit. There we go. There is my Gen 2 tier list. Um, take of it as you will. Again, these are just my opinions from what I personally think of the designs. How I have had personal relationships with them in my games and in anime and in the movies and such. So these are just my opinions. Obviously, you don't have to agree with them. I know for some people would put Tyranitar in S tier. I know some people that would put probably Murkrow in D tier. But again, my opinion. That's what I think. Um, but yeah, my body is not agreeing with me anymore. Um, so I'm gonna have to cut it quick there. Thank you all so much for coming to the manor tonight to let me do silly things. To remind everybody of the experiment we're doing. It is there. My socials, I do post when I will be doing lives and stuff because I cannot keep a schedule at this current moment in time due to health reasons. And the VODs get updated decently because they're up to date except for the one that I'm literally like, no, the last one hasn't been posted yet. but it will be posted shortly if it hasn't been yet. My pronouns are they. And if you follow the link, it will provide you, your own pronouns in the chat as a desktop extension. Yes, I all have had a lovely time, and I'm glad. I hope you've had a lovely time in the mansion with me. But for now, I must depart. I hope to see you all soon. Again, keep an eye on the blue sky for when I'll go live next. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Stay safe out there.